Hello and welcome along to episode 10 of this Cricket 19 Ashes Test playthrough with me, Daniel. We're going through the first test of the 2019 Ashes series, playing with England against the mighty rivals Australia. If you haven't seen any of the first 9 episodes yet, we've been playing through a session of the match in every single episode, so you've missed the whole of the first 3 days. So I'll put a link in the eye above to the previous 9 episodes and the whole playlist so far, so you can catch up with the series, so you don't get any spoilers when we look at our scorecard in a moment. We'll be doing our usual review of the session that just went by before we kick on with the highlights of this one. We're obviously coming towards the end of the series, and as promised, our long-term career mode series from Cricket 19 will start after this one. The career mode series will then start next Saturday at 12, just so we can start it at a weekend, and then it will continue at the same time every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, just to continue what we're doing at the moment. But let's go and have a look at the scorecard to remember where we were from the last session. We had Australia in all sorts of trouble. They're on 191 for 8 off the 57 overs. Peter Handscomb's in on 75. He's been firing on all cylinders, to be fair to him. He's really trying to stop Australia losing by an innings. If they can get us into bat again, then he will have done something very special. He's alongside Nathan Lyon, who just blocked 31 deliveries, and then Josh Hazlewood to come the number 11 shouldn't pose us too many problems. If we have a look at our bowling card, Moeen Ali was dominant again last night. Spinner's most certainly been king in this series. It's something I'm a little bit worried about for the career mode series, particularly with us being a left arm opening batsman who's going to be a little bit of a batting all-rounder and produce a bit of off-spin himself. I'm hoping it won't be too effective early on, but I guess that's the way we're going to find out. Ali's 4 for 23 and he will be into the attack very quickly today. James Anderson's got 2 wickets as well, and Broad and Wokes with 1 apiece. You might be able to see in the background Stuart Broad's back into the attack for the first over. We're starting day 4, the sun is shining, and hopefully we'll be mopping up this tail quickly. Australia won't want that to happen though. They still trail by 131 runs in this match after we declared on 534, and if they don't get that total we won't need to bat again, and it'll be a very embarrassing defeat for the tourists. So they'll be trying their best to get there, but we'd really like to mop this match up in this session and be able to have a couple of days break before we get into our career mode next Saturday. But let's get into the first over of the day with Stuart Broad. We'll be back in a moment with highlights from the session. Hopefully this episode won't be a long one. That means we'll have done something right and we'll be able to celebrate success at the end. Into the first over of the day then, Stuart Broad back into the attack. He'll be joined in a second by Moeen Ali at the other end. We just want to get some pressure on the lower order batsmen though. We've got to make sure that we put some pressure on them, and what a fantastic ball that was. Just flicked away for a 4. A no ball, not the best start. Stuart Broad not having a good time. Let's get into the second one, just a standard line and length delivery. We're going to go for the effort ball as well, straight at the stumps, try and cause some trouble. That's a fantastic drive from Handscomb then. He moves into the 80s now. 2 falls off the first delivery, 1 from a no ball and 1 a legitimate ball. Not the best start from Stuart Broad. We're going to need Moeen Ali to the rescue again. A good over from Handscomb so far. 4 off the no ball at the start, 2 off the following delivery, which I think we wrongly called as a boundary a moment ago. I'm really not with it today. Let's get back to the bouncer and see if we can rattle Australia too. Stuart Broad straight down the middle. He ducks out the way and it's well dealt with by Handscomb. All Australian hopes rest on him now. It's a standard delivery to finish. We're going to go back to the standard line and length just to see if consistency will work. Flicked away on the leg side from Handscomb, and he does exactly what he needs to. Retains the strike with a single, and Moeen Ali's going to be bowling to the set batsman. Moeen Ali into the attack then. He's been the key bowler in this series so far. Been one of the best players in the match. He got a century as well, don't forget. 4 for 23 off 15 overs. Got a 5 in the last innings as well. So he's 1 away from a 10 wicket haul in this match. And hopefully he'll be able to set us to victory. If he get Handscomb out at this stage, the game will be over in 10 minutes. Let's start with the off break. Just a standard delivery to begin. Can Handscomb be tempted into a shot? Flicks it away to the leg side. But it's just going to be a dot ball. On for a maiden so far, Moeen Ali. 3 balls gone in the over. An off-break delivery to come a little bit wider again. Hit straight back down the ground, but it's straight to the man at mid-off. Penultimate ball of the over for Moeen Ali. We're going to throw in the second wrong of the over just to see if we can catch Handscomb out. He defends it straight back to the bowler. Final ball of the over, an off-break delivery. They've worked a lot of the time. He just seems so set, Handscomb. He was the best against spin in the first over, and he's done exactly what he needed again. I'm just waiting to see if they run a second here. Probably not the best decision. Stuart Broad's going to get a go at Nathan Lyon now. I really thought Handscomb would just keep the strike. 2 off the over with a final ball, but a decent start for Moen again. Stuart Broad back into the attack again, and there's one big question to come in this over. Will Nathan Lyon finally score a run, and will he try and attack one of the deliveries? Stuart Broad's going to bowl it straight at the stumps, not really give him a choice. It's flicked away to the leg side, but they choose not to run. Slower delivery from Broad to Lyon. We're really trying to catch him out here. We're just going to mix up our line and length, really mix up the speed on the deliveries. That one's been edged away, and it looks like it's been caught. Nathan Lyon's out for a duck on his 33rd delivery. Embarrassing not to score off that many. Just trying to defend and keep Handscomb in to score the runs for us. It really stayed low, that outside edge, but a change of pace worked again. Slower delivery from Stuart Broad, and it goes to the slip fielder. I think it's the man at Gully, Josh Butler. Brilliant catch from the wicket keeper, who's fielding out in the outfield today. Fantastic start to the day. We've got Nathan Lyon out, and now the number 11 Hazelwood comes in, so we might not have to worry about Handscomb at all. Hazelwood's a left-hander, so Broad can come over the wicket, and he's going to try and go across the batsman with a little bit of swing left on the old ball. Third ball of the over, and after his second wicket, Stuart Broad's certainly going to be confident now. Let's go for a cross-seam delivery, try and muddle up the new batsman. Josh Hazelwood hasn't got many runs in his Test career, not the most illustrious with the bat. He flicks that one away to the leg side. It's going to be a dot ball to start. Well defended in truth. He looked comfortable with that one. 2 balls left in the over. We're going to go for the standard effort ball now. We really want to try and put an extra bit of pace on it. The changes of pace have worked against the lower order. Forced a shot with that one. A dot ball to the covers. Final ball then, let's make it another slower delivery. We're going to make it fuller again, try and catch the batsman in his crease. That's what we want to do with these lower order ones, but it's just outside off stump, and he leaves it through to the keeper. 60 overs gone, they passed 200 Australia, but Stuart Broad takes another wicket. Just one more needed in this Test match. Can Moeen Ali be the hero? We really need to get Hazelwood on strike. Okay, we're back with Moeen Ali, but before that we've just seen a new feature, I think. Something a little bit weird in between the overs. Just in the bottom left of the screen there, where the information pops up above the score. One of them was a message for an injury to Stuart Broad, so I'm not sure if we're going to be forced to take him out the attack. His stamina's gone down to 0%. A rotator cuff injury was blamed for it, so we're going to have to bring in Ben Stokes instead next, after this Moeen Ali over. So it's a nice little feature, that. Something that couldn't happen in the first couple of Don Bradman games, so that's a really nice touch. Although it doesn't help us wrapping up this Test match. Stuart Broad's done his job though. He got the wicket in his second over, and if he goes off now for the rest of the Test match, he can just go and have a little break. Let's go for the off-break delivery with Moeen Ali. We'll start the over with the standard ball, and they've gone for it, Peter Handscomb away to the leg side, and I think they're going to run a single. What a bad decision that is. I know he's probably got to try and add runs, but Moeen Ali's now going to be facing Hazelwood. Can we catch him out around the wicket? We'll certainly deliver them that way to the left-hander. We'll keep the attacking field to him, and I think this could be the end of the match. We're going to tempt him with the first one, a flighted delivery. Can we tempt the number 11 out of his crease? We're going to try and bring the LB into play. That one's a little bit wide, but it just doesn't matter. A tiny edge on it to the wicket keeper. It went through to the stumps anyway. I'm not quite sure what the method of dismissal was. He chopped it onto his stumps, in fact. Didn't go near the wicket keeper at all. Although it did end up in his hands, it definitely hit the stumps first. So it took the stumps out clean bowled, and then the edge was caught by the keeper anyway. So it's a double out if nothing else, and we've got an achievement for winning an Ashes match. A brilliant start to the series, and look at Joe Root there, he's very happy with that. A brilliant team performance. Stuart Broad certainly recovered for the celebrations, though it's a little bit calmer than usual. You'd expect a bit more than that from the Ashes. So probably quite a short episode. A few of you have been following along may have expected that after the last couple of sessions. Moeen Ali is without doubt the man of the match. A fifer with that final wicket of the match, and he's done that in both innings as well. So a 10 wicket haul in the game, fantastic from him, and he got a century as well, 118 in our innings. Joe Root the skipper shouldn't be forgotten too, 213 off 390 balls, and we forget when we were in desperate trouble at the end of day one, he was the rock in the innings. and the man that kept himself in. He showed so much class, wasn't worried about his scoring rate. His strike rate at one stage was about 18 to 20, but it was absolutely fantastic. As wickets were collapsing around him with Keaton Jennings and Rory Burns, he just kept composed, and in the end he's led us to victory. A fantastic innings with the bat. It is still a bit of a concern for me that spin's overpowered, but we'll find out in our career mode as we try to replace that problem in the England team with a left-handed opening batsman, and we'll also be doing a little bit of off-spin, so will we be as successful as Moeen Ali in this one? We win by an innings and 120 run in the Ashes first test at Edgbaston, just at the start of day 4. We only had 3.5 overs in the end, but I hope you very much enjoyed them. They were certainly action-packed. Peter Handscomb shouldn't be forgotten for Australia. He was their second top scorer in the first innings with 31 and looked the only player competent against spin, and he got 85 in the second innings. He finished not out as the number 5 or 6 batsman, let down by the rest of his middle and lower order. He looked a good player. Usman Khawaja was really tough to deal with in the first innings, but in the end we won this one at a canter. Let's just go and have a quick look at the innings individually. So the first innings for Australia at the start of the match, 212 off 72 overs. Moeen Ali took 5 wickets after Australia made a pretty good start. They were 70 for 1 at one point, and then they were 70 for 3 not long after that, as Moeen Ali started to cause some trouble. They really started to collapse towards the end though, losing their 2 wickets at the end without adding a run, just as they did on this occasion. When Lyon got out, Hazelwood quickly followed. If we look at our bowling card for the first innings, there were 3 wickets on board for Chris Wokes. He was the pick of the seamers in that one. Stuart Broad and Ben Stokes got 1 apiece too, and Moeen Ali the star with 5, as Joe Root was economical too, despite only being a part-time spinner. Then in our batting innings, it was a really poor start. 3 for Keaton Jennings, 16 for Rory Burns. Stuart Broad did his job as the night watchman, but then got out as we pressed the wrong button when trying to cancel a run. Joss Buttler out for 1 as well, but all this time Joe Root was just defending away, and in the end he rebuilt to 213, as he really took a liking to the spin of Nathan Lyon. For all of the dominance we had with the ball, particularly with the off-spinners, it was the complete opposite when we were batting. We struggled early on against the new ball with the seamers, particularly Mitchell Starc, who was so economical, and obviously got that early wicket of Jennings. But against the spinner Nathan Lyon, I know we got a couple of wickets in the end, but we found it really far easier to get him away. As the ball aged, we started to get success against the seamers as well, but in the end it was a fantastic knock to finish that match. Ben Stokes with a half century as well, Moeen Ali getting the 100 to contribute to his man of the match display, and Ben Folkes with a quick 44 before Wokes and Anderson added a few at the end. Australia really suffered in that innings for the fact they only used 4 bowlers. The spinner didn't bowl that many as well, 27 out of the 133, far less than all of the seamers. He took 2 wickets for 112 and had the worst economy of the 4. Pat Cummins took 3 despite being economical early on. He wasn't looking for wickets with the top order, but he got rid of the tail pretty quickly. And into that final innings, the Australian lineup finished with 3 ducks. Nathan Lyon remarkably off 33 deliveries before Stuart Broad forced the outside edge with a slower delivery catching him out. Moeen Ali did for Hazelwood at the end, tempted him with a flighted one and he played through it, chopped onto his stumps, a fantastic bit of bowling from the spinner. So 10 wickets for Moeen Ali, a fair few LBWs in there too. Jimmy Anderson got 2 in the second innings, as did Stuart Broad before that injury. A nice little touch that injury was, to see that something's been added to the game. I really quite liked that one, and he did have to go off as his stamina went down to 0%. Thankfully it didn't affect us as we wrapped it up before the next over. Moeen Ali doing the business again, him and Root again with by far the best economies. But in the end we did win the match comfortably. We'll finish on the overall scorecard so you can see it. If you did enjoy this episode, as brief as it was, and the test match as well, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I've really appreciated the support with this series. It's completely new to me making content on a cricket game, so I hope you enjoyed the first one and it wasn't too rusty. We've improved as we've gone along, and I'm sure that will continue through our career mode series, which will start next Saturday at midday. So this time next week, make sure you're back for that one. We'll be starting our big career to replace Alistair Cook. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the match. Are there any bits that were unrealistic that I didn't notice that you perhaps did? I'm a little bit worried about the spin, being far too economical and successful for the human player, but obviously with the AI that didn't seem to be the case, so maybe it was just a one-off for Australia. I really enjoyed the challenge of the batting. The players with lower attributes struggled a bit, which makes me think early in our career we will probably struggle in our career mode as well. I hope you'll come and join me to find out next week. I'm really looking forward to that. It's always been my favourite favourite part of the game. The community content's all very good now, so we will have all the licensed players showing up, so it'll all be fairly familiar, and we'll see plenty of names we know and love in the series. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, as my channel name gives away. There's also 3 episodes a week from Cricket 19. Remember, we'll be taking the next 2 episodes off, and we'll be back this time next week with the start of our career mode, and that series will be released at the exact same time, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. I'm really looking forward to it, I hope you are too. There's also weekly content from my Snooker 19 career, that's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one, your support throughout the series. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time as we start our long-term career series, hoping to emulate Alistair Cook and lead this England side in the future.